Hello and welcome back to Neverwinter Nights 2, where we have been made Knight Commander, or in other words, King of this castle. So, we are, let's see what being King of this castle will entail. Let's head up and meet our
Officer
underlings.
Kana, reporting for duty, Captain. Lord Nasher has given you a great honor. But rebuilding these grounds will be a considerable undertaking.
And one I look forward to. Pleased to make your acquaintance, Captain. I am Master Vidal. I won't lie to you. This keep is in a sad state of repair.
You sound an awful lot like
the
Sam.
resources you can bring to bear to fix her up. With the help of my crew, we can turn this place into a true masterpiece of engineering.
Master Vidal is excellent at his craft and capable of what he claims, if somewhat eccentric.
Oh,
I
don't
went
worry.
ahead and inspected the grounds. There is much work that needs to be done. The
I have
courtyard
someone
itself
very
is in a
similar to him
shambles,
in my
but that
party.
can be fixed quickly. Strong backs and long hours and you'll see the shape of the keep. And, well, what's underneath won't be pretty, but before long we'll have the keep cleared out for you. We're embarking on a true adventure. Men, set the camp over there. I'll draw up plans for the work.
There are preparations I must make. Come speak to me within the keep when you would like an update, Captain.
Alright, so these are my primary underlings. And then oh, we have Wolf here. Seems he went all this way walking from Neverwinter. That's impressive.
Me and the lads decided to sign on. We found a good place in the street with you and yours, and nearly all of us decided to come here. We can run messages, carry pots and pans, even get water from the well, and of course clear a path for you if you need it. Give us time and we'll be able to whisk you away in any direction that you need. Faster than you can think, you'll be there.
Yeah, so they actually function as a fast travel system for within the keep. Not really that useful, as it's not like gigantic, but still. It helps if you want to go from the outer courtyard straight to the basement for some reason.
It is an honor to serve, Captain. You have been rewarded greatly with this stronghold. Long have I waited for my blade to be in the service of someone worthy. My waiting is over.
Okay, that's cool. Well, the honor is as much mine to have you work for me, with me, under me. You know what I mean.
You are too modest. We are the ship, and you are the wind that moves us. There is much yet that needs to be done. Rebuilding the keep itself, Master Vidal can handle. But training the Grey Cloaks to defend its battlements is very important. Training a few men can be done quickly with the right teachers. But Sir Naval has promised 100 men for you shortly. And if the keep grows, so will your retinue and your command. So, we must start with the basics and turn these farmers and shepherds into fighting men.
Yes, besides the training, what else needs to be done,
There are a few families of farmers that will want protection from the local keep, as they had in years past. This section of the high road has also been plagued with bandits since Crossroad Keep fell to the King of Shadows long ago. We have been given the right to tie the merchant trains that come through, but until the road is made safe, any tithe collectors will find the road empty. Merchants prefer safer, longer roads, especially if they make more profit. But all of this relies on training your Grey Cloaks into capable soldiers.
Yes, right. Anything else?
I will carry out your orders when you are away. Once the men are trained, there are more things they can do. As our numbers swell here, I could use more able sergeants to oversee the men. I can train and assign tasks to sergeants if you find some for me. The decisions you make here may have a large impact on the cloaks and the people on your land. After some time, I'm certain Lord Nasher will have direct orders for your men. But until then, they are yours to command.
Right, so yeah, we have to recruit to go on a talents hunt, as it were, very soon to recruit people. So fortunately, we already figured out some of them. Right, so who do we have standing around here? Ankus. Who is Ankus?
It's a nice place you got here. It looks like it still has some holes in the wall, but it's nice all the same. I'm Uncas. I know you're busy, so I'll be blunt with you. I've come with a business proposition for you. I'd like to have some dealings doing here. I don't answer questions. If you're the Inquisitor type, I'll pack my gear and I'll bid you good day. In exchange, I can find buyer for anything you want to sell. Anything at all. Just consider me the no-nonsense merchant. We good?
Can you be discreet about it?
I wouldn't be here if I didn't think I could keep out of trouble. As long as you're not the village idiot, I expect you to keep your dogs off me.
Since we are chaotic good and good, fine, we're good.
Then we're in business. For use of the premises in your corporation, what I'll give you is a good price. I'll buy anything you can get, and sometimes I'll trade information and I'll pass along some free of charge. I'm looking forward to working with you.
Let's see your wares. So the thing is, I don't think he offers particularly good prices for the things, though he can go apparently up to 15,000. We'll have to see if we can't get better prices for our gear though. Because yes, this is basically a fence. This person. Black Soul Sickle. Pretty good basic actually, if you can enchant it better. Here's some rare stuff. Katana of the Mummy Lord. +5 and very powerful poison. Only usable by undead. How does that work? Maybe if you have like a really good use magic item score or something, you can bypass that. Okay, gold necklace, that might actually be useful. Poison, obsidian, quartz crystal, tools. Okay. Nothing too interesting, but at least we have merged here. Let's continue on. Wolf's Minion. Oh, there's a book there. Okay, I'll read that some other time, the lore. So let's have another look what we have about here. Quora!
Great! What's wrong now?
Do you know who the students were that attacked us?
They're from a rival house at the academy. Some of their students were punished when they decided to attack me.
What did they do exactly?
Talking behind my back, ridiculing me for my studies, saying I was temperamental and that I lacked any sort of discipline. When I confronted them on it, they finally admitted it. So I struck back.
So you did strike first?
No, they were attacking me first. Gossip, slander. I won't abide insults from those tome readers.
So these options probably will appeal more to her. You know, unleashing your power like that is reckless. Someone could have been hurt.
Others have tried to lecture me, and I really could care less. They crossed me, and they got what they deserved.
Right.
Go on and ask.
Nothing too interesting. Yeah, she doesn't like that. I don't think we're going to get along with Quora. She does work decently better for an evil character though. Even though she's not labeled as evil, just apparently very chaotic, but her attitude seems to hang more on the evil side, honestly. So, if the basement... Let's look behind the glowing door. Oh, hello!
I've seen much of a road during my time, but apparently so have you. You found old Gavin many times. I think I'll be good and rest my heels here, rack up my thoughts, make a few maps and enjoy my life for a while. But but only for a while. The road cold, Gavin, it does.
It's good to have you at the keep then.
I don't care much for the keep, I must say, but I don't care much for any walled place. Gavin got his reasons for coming here before these old bones see their final rest. My secret's got to be passed on to someone who walks as many roads as me. So if you explore, old Gavin will share a thing or two, pass on the wisdom of the roads.
Can you teach me your secrets?
Throughout the wide land you might find sights you never imagined. Sometimes you'll find some in nooks and crannies. Take a gander and explore it like old Gavin, then we can share some notes.
I'd like to know more about you.
Many folks would like to. Seen all manner of things on the road, crazy and terrible things. But Gavin isn't one for telling tales. Gavin listens and remembers, though. I have a whole lot of secrets in that head of mine. The only secret Gavin shares the ones on this map.
Tell me about your maps.
2 tasks I left to Gavin. Make a map of the lands I've wandered, and find myself a worthy successor. The maps I've been working on are of Neverwinter Inner Woods, of the Mare, and far north of Lushkin. I don't know how much help it'll be for one such as you, but Gavin wants to leave a legacy.
Okay. So we go to him when we have explored strange new places. Seek out new life and new civilizations. To boldly go where no man has gone before. Okay, let's have a look in the basement, see if there's stuff. Okay, a little sneak peek of what's in that room. Well, there's a golem here. I thought we smashed that thing. There's no response. You may want to ask Grobnar any questions since he spent most of the time with this.
One thing. I had a favor, really. I keep hearing about this tome of Ilkazar. And if I recall correctly, it has a few fascinating chapters on golemcraft.
So?
Well, if we were to get a hold of it, we might be able to use it to help upgrade the construct. I mean, he's walking around and healthy as golems go. But I only know so much about golems. There may be something I missed that could help him that would be in the tome.
Sounds good. If we can make him resources completely, he'll be an asset.
That's what I say. So glad you agreed. I was worried this was one of those times when I had a bad idea.
Alright, few
Of course.
questions.
Ask away. Always ready with answers. Yes, indeed.
I think I got some pieces for the construct.
Oh, really? Let me see. Oh my, yes, this should help nicely. Let me see what I can do with this and what I have here. There we go.
I don't
Needs
know
a
what
little
piece
more,
we
I
have,
think, but it's well on its way.
few
Of
more
course.
questions.
Ask away. Always ready with answers. Yes, indeed.
What do you do now?
Why, what don't I do? Really? Sometimes it's hard to keep track of it all. I play songs, write songs, build things, repair things, pick things, plant things, tinker with things until they're fixed. Or, well, need fixing. But that's rare. Sort of. I suppose you'd say I stick my hands in just about everything, including dark holes filled with phantom spiders. But that's another story.
Yeah, quite a few stories. How do you get new songs?
Some just come as one advances in the craft and gets more experience in the world.
Alright, and what do you do with the knowledge you
What?
collect?
Why, I collect it.
Uh-huh, but why?
I don't know. What an odd question. I like to gather facts and notes and journals just for the sake of knowing, really.
Is it hard to keep track of all that information?
Well, yes, but that's sort of the point, sometimes. When you have all those facts and numbers and words around your skull, you can pull out whatever you need to write a song. And well, songs can help, sort of, to get more facts and lore. And the whole process begins again.
Some more questions.
Of course. Ask away. Always ready with answers. Yes, indeed.
I guess not. Okay, so that's stuff, and we have some crafting tables here. we're gonna be spending a fair amount of time with those. Oh, and new scrolls. Interesting. Oh, it's a giant spider again! Kissel chitters when he sees you. I thought you'd run off. Kissel scribbles what appears to be a crude drawing of you and himself, both walking. There's a large gap between the two pictures. It would seem that Kissel has been following you for quite some time. So, you were shadowing me. Kissel gestures to the room in his mandible and stares at you expectantly. You get the impression that he's asking you if we can stay. You're welcome to stay. There's plenty of room for anyone who is a friend. Kissel clacks his mandible excitedly. Don't know why a spider would want to stay in this basement, but whatever. Guess they do like dark holes and the like. Oh, and we have Sand down here. Oh, Sand is just following us because he's in the party. Right, makes sense. By the way, Sand, you can, follow me.
Get in line. Follow me.
Then, oh, we still have this place. Can we open it up? Nishka, I have a door to open for you.
Sorry, I can't do that.
Okay, that's clear enough. Okay, so this is the inside of... actually, let's speak with Kana. Maybe she has some orders or something.
How may I be of service, Captain?
Give you a report on Crossroad Keep. Ah, and then you get a pop-up, so... all kind of average, fairly... yeah, all's very low, we're weak in everything. Tell me about yourself.
I'm Kana, a warrior who follows the way.
Ooh, okay, so you're a Mandalorian, that's cool.
All other things,
Now I have to try and start Grim as Mando.
all other things are words are ephemeral, like trying to catch butterflies on blades of glass. Is the way. I still seek purity in the way of the sword. The way is not about your destination, it's about its path. Though serving you, I've found the way again. I cannot say thank you enough for that.
Can you teach me the way of swords?
I cannot teach you the way. It's a path of service and you are one who leads. It's the way.
Alright, to organize the men. We have several men captained. Now I lost the voice. Oh well. And there are many things that we could do with them. The men can be assigned in different tasks: training, garrison duty, patrolling the roads, keep lands, trying to recruit more grey cloaks to join our ranks. I have assigned some men of training in garrison to keep them for now. On occasion special assignments may be available. It will be wise to check back with me whenever you come to the keep. Do you want to reassign what the grey cloaks are doing? So we need more recruits. Let us see. Yeah, we need more men. Have more recruits.
We could certainly use more men, Captain. More men will mean more expenses, though.
Besides that, there will be an important decision you need to make.
Currently, we're only accepting the best and the brightest, Captain.
We may get fewer recruits, but from the one we train will become formidable warriors. So I am doubting between, on one hand, everyone should have the right to fight. Though not criminals, just this seems like not a choice. So it's either between number 4 or does Kasune just want, does strive for the kind of excellence and love and everything. But I think for now we just want numbers, so if a man wants to join, we'll take him, no matter what the circumstances are. It will be as you command. What do you want to know about your troops? I think that's it. Farewell. So Casimir is standing here. Does he have something to say?
Yes? Is there something you wish of me?
Can we talk? Wish? Ah, okay. I think... You mentioned Black Ballard before. What do you know of him? I served with him long ago. How did he get that name? The name sounds ominous, does it not? As with many things, truth is less impressive than imagination. He would not thank me for telling you the story. Would it embarrass him? It was during the war. We were chasing a group of Luskan scouts who take refuge in the hills. Ballard followed one of them to a narrow cave, barely wide enough for a man to crawl through. It was too narrow for him to follow him, so we waited outside. After a quarter of a candle, a quarter of a candle later, out comes Ballard, screaming foul temper, face covered in soot. The soot would not wash off, and for the longest time he wouldn't tell any of us what had happened in the cave. Finally, Lord Nesher threatened to have him put in irons if he didn't confess. As it happened, Ballard had easily found and dispatched the fleeing scout, but had found a scroll on the case on the corpse. He couldn't just bring it to the mages to examine the glyph. No, he had to open it himself. The glyph went off his face, and his black face was the result. Simple dispel was also required. But curiosity has gotten the better of him. Okay. Does he ever find out what the scroll contained? No. Whatever it was destroyed in the blast. It was a lifetime ago. Do you miss it, perhaps? Do I miss my your old life? I'm no more able to go back to those days than you. Alright,
yes? Is there something you wish of me?
So, yeah, we wanted to talk about... what's your concern with Neverwinter?
I did not inform them of my decision to leave, so I did not part in good graces. I suspect that many of them do not even know why I left.
Can you tell me more of this?
I betrayed my oath to my order, to Neverwinter. I had doubts about my service to Nasher, to the city itself.
And why did you leave instead?
It was an impulsive decision, and not the correct one. There was no place in Neverwinter for me any longer. And the farther I traveled from Neverwinter's walls, the more I saw what harm was befalling people, such as those at Old Owlwell.
What do you mean?
The policies of Neverwinter and the health of the city do depend on politics, on trade relations. But if that is the sole focus, then the people in need of aid are sometimes lost in its shadow. I needed to travel to Old Owlwell to try and take direct action, to make a discernible difference in the lives of those who need it. And I feel there we may have succeeded. So for that, I thank you.
It was a good chance to help others, and for that I am grateful.
As am I. Perhaps if there were more ones such as you in Neverwinter's service, it might draw others.
I have other questions for you.
Very well.
So what were you doing in Old Owlwell?
Many who live in the shadow of Old Owlwell have suffered greatly from orc attacks over the years. Families have been put to the sword, homes burned, and traveling merchants have been slaughtered along the high road. The orcs need to be driven back.
And you went there with those mercenaries?
I did not come with them. Those are men and women who live in Old Owlwell who are willing to lend me their swords. They have
for
good
money, because
hearts.
they're mercenaries.
Living there has made them tough, capable, and their knowledge of the mountain paths have made them invaluable as scouts.
So you came all alone at first?
Yes. I thought perhaps by traveling here my sword could make a difference. Give the people living here some hope, if Neverwinter itself could not protect them.
Doesn't sound like you have much faith in Neverwinter then.
I do not have faith in a city or a nation, but the people within it.
And you know,
The people
your
of
god
Old
tells you're not a good
Owlwell,
paladin.
they know the truth of this.
But going to Old Owlwell alone to stop orcs seems like suicide.
It may seem such, but I felt that one man could make a difference. And it seems Neverwinter has joined the cause, and between our two forces we can accomplish a greater good.
Yeah, we already did that. More questions.
Very well.
I want to talk to you I want to talk to you more about why you went to Old Owlwell.
I went there because I felt my sword could make a difference. No other reason.
But it seems like you could have marshaled Neverwinter Force and got Callum to ally with you. You would have been more effective.
There was a need for action, the need to set an example. To move Neverwinter to act is something beyond my strength. But a greater good has been accomplished, and you have shown that to me.
It seems there are other goods you could accomplish rather than losing yourself in fighting orcs.
I went alone because I had to. Battling the tribes of the Old Owlwell is something that must be done. It is simple, a necessary act. There is no doubt as to what must be done. No conflicts.
Are you okay?
There are battles that can be fought and others that cannot. It is a difficult thing to speak of. I appreciate your words and your intentions, but this is something that is difficult to share. Perhaps another time, when the words are easier to find.
Okay. The aid you gave the Grey Cloaks proved that helping others accomplishes a greater good. Will you cast away such help now?
You are correct. Your presence has steadied me in these difficult times. You have even helped achieve resolution where before there were only doubts. And for that, I thank you.
Okay. Questions?
Very well.
I guess nothing new then. Did we get some influence or something? He seems very positive about what we did and everything. No. Okay, hopefully he'll reveal more later about the whole thing. Or maybe that's because I think he's a romance option for female characters, so he might only reveal that to the ladies. Anyways, let's actually speak with this Master Vidal.
You've cleared much ground, as you can see. There's much work to be done, to do. Work requires a certain amount of coin. My men need to be fed, after all. And the amount of material it will not be cheap. There is good news, though. Sir Naval's formally commissioned me to work on the project, and Lord Nesher will fund part of it. But the other part, well, it's up to you. I will need gold to rebuild, but Nesher's coin will cover expenses for a time. I live for my work, you see, but others don't.
How much money did Lord Nesher give me?
I do not know an exact figure, but not enough. People just don't appreciate how much good masonry costs.
This missive details how much gold Neverwinter has allocated to Crossroad Keep. You can use those funds or your own to work on several things. The keep courtyard, fortification and surrounding lands. Is there anything wrong with the surrounding lands? Nothing's wrong with it. It could be so much more right though. Crossroad Keep is atop a large hill and the trail could be widened to maybe converted to cobblestone. As the roads nearby have no local lord to maintain them, those could be improved as well as the bridges, and well, a great deal can be done. Mostly that will help with trade, and that'll turn will help you. Funding the rest of the project and men I would like to undertake. Rebuilding roads is simple but very labor intensive. When my men are working on that, they can't be doing anything else. So how does the courtyard look? The courtyard itself doesn't need much of anything, but several buildings that will need to be built from scratch. You don't have to worry about rebuilding all of it. Some accommodations will be built by the people that come and live here. The inn, for example, has already been operational, naturally. But there are some buildings that could become shop, and those will need work. Right, and what needs to be done about the fortifications? Extensive work. It's the most time-consuming to work on. The outer walls wouldn't hold out a kobold with a table knife right now. And the fortifications, what Lord Nasher cares about most. But when my men are working on that, they can't work on other projects until we're done. What needs work inside the keep? The keep has been laid bare and the elements for decades. Many of the rooms are structurally unsound, don't you know? I have closed off many of the rooms until my men can work on it. Rubble will have to be cleared and stonework repaired in there, and it can be done. No more questions. Tell me about yourself. I am Master Stonemason Vidal. I hail from Cormier, and I travelled many leagues to work on cathedrals, mansions, and palaces. Sadly, so did half the masons of Faerun, it seems. No one seems to appreciate a true artist. Well, up until now, the faith you and Lord Nasher have put in me, well, it's just overwhelming. What can you tell me about Cormier? The Steel region tends to the throne of Azun V, well enough, especially considering the troubles beset Cormier. Neverwinter has been no bed of roses either. That's why folk like you can make a living. There's enough that needs fixing for 100 of your like. Alright, I would like to rebuild something. Yes, of course. You have coin to spend. What do you want to spend it on? Might I recommend doing structural work on the keep first? So many rooms inside are closed off because nobody are closed off because the rooms could collapse at any moment. No way for you to live. So we have 70,000 to spend. What part of your keep you want to talk about? So you might be tempted. I also will go for the surrounding areas. Besides the keep, my men can work on getting the merchant trails in a better state of repair. The trail to the keep is especially dreadful. It looks like it was made by goats, not men. Where was I? Oh yes, and also work on the surrounding roads. Both will help with trade, but will take time. And while my men are working on that, they can be assigned to another project. Yeah, let's begin with the roads. Because the sooner we get that, the sooner the flow of money keeps going. So that seems wise. And right now we're not under assault of anything, so we don't really need to work on the fortifications just yet. As soon as we, start having big cover and everything, then we want to first start fortifying it to keep thieves away. Have the men work on making the trails to Crossroad keep wider and easier for merchants and wagons to travel. Not my favorite duty, but it is not only will not only help merchant travel, but it will also help me with my materials. I have to go right now. I'll be back once the men have finished construction. So much to do, so much to do. So, is there anything more on the courtyard we need to have a look at? There is the inn. Only over there, the rest is all locked. No one working the smithies. Let's have a look at the inn, see if there's anything going on there. And the next episode we can go on a proper talent recruitment drive. Bishop I want to talk to maybe later. Kelgar is here, obviously. Sal! Did we steal him away from our uncle? Also, the inn is very, very empty. Barely any chairs even. Oh dear.
It's you! Captain Rod. It's Saul! Saul from the Sunken Flagon. Well, formerly off the Flagon. I've been wiping tables for your uncle for years. With always the promise of starting my own inn. But it always seemed just words until you came along. Once I heard what you were doing, I packed my bags, wrote a note, and here I am. You said you wanted to run an inn? What you thought? What? You thought I always wanted to wash plates and tankards for the rest of my life? I've always wanted to start my own inn. The keep's got everything going for it. It's right on the high road. I'll have plenty of merchant caravans, and it's got, well, you too. I figure I can turn this place into a respectable inn, clean with entertainment and good food. I mentioned I'm a cook, right? I look forward to working with you. You're the boss. Well, the real boss is Lord Dasher, but his agent approved of everything. You'll get plenty out of it. I'll bring customers, provide your place for your merchants to drink and eat, and spend a little of my money. Look, trust me, you'll need an inn, and that means you'll need an innkeeper, me, and the drinks will always be on the house, Captain. How's business? We've got business, not a lot, but there's people dropping by. Things could be better, though. I've been talking with this master bard who's willing to send his apprentice to perform here. But he wants a place to be more livelier, someone to dance to his music, he says. So if you spot anyone who want to work here, grab him. Right, so another thing on the talent recruitment list. Right, I think we'll leave it at that. We know all of the duties and things that need to be done for this keep. Quite a handful of work. We'll get straight to that. And next episode, we'll go on an epic recruitment drive. So till then...